Thank you for purchasing this 1979 Nishijin Model C Pachinko machine. This quick start guide will show you how to set it up and play. First thing you want to do, in the back top right of the machine, there is a spring that's attached to a white part that has a post on it, a metal post. It's a ball drain lever. Right now this lever here that's sticking out and also behind here, it's locked open, so if you pour balls in, they roll out of your machine. So you need to reset this lever, and the way you do that is just push down on this wire and it releases. Now that lever is perpendicular, so now it's locked position. To run your lights, all you have to do is take this plug and plug it in to the battery just out of view of the camera. Anyway, this 9-volt battery up there, you'll plug that in. That's just for your lights. Okay, this light is on, and this light is on because we don't have any balls in the machine. When you add balls, that light will go out. If this metal plate here with the weight on it is flipped up, just flip that down. If these levers are somehow jammed up in up position, just have them so they hang down. Now on the bottom, towards the bottom on the left, we have this white rectangular part here. It has 2 pachinko balls in it that act as counterweights, and as you get a jackpot, that part will flip up and down. Right now the right side is in the down position. This is the wrong position. If you play like this, you won't get any jackpots. Balls will back up in your machine and cause a jam. So you need to reset your seesaw, and you do that, you can either push down on this wire or push down on this white plastic tab that the wire is going through. If I just push down, that's the correct position. Here's your transformer. This is a 24-volt transformer, and what it does is it operates a pirate in the very center of your machine, and he's rowing his boat going back and forth, and he's got a cloud of thoughts above him. He's thinking about food and drink, and that goes back and forth. You don't have to have it to play. You can play the machine without it, but it's kind of neat watching it move back and forth. So you just plug this plug into a wall outlet, and as soon as you plug it in, that motor will start going back and forth. You don't want to touch these prongs while you have it plugged in. That way you don't shock yourself. Also, if you aren't playing the machine, I'd suggest turning it off, unplugging it. That way you're not leaving that motor running continuously. It's a 40 plus year old motor, and they don't have replacements for them, so once it goes, it goes. So you probably just want to have it plugged in whenever you need it. Now we'll pour balls into this top supply tray. You want to place a bucket. We're shipping a plastic one, this is a wood one, but you want to place it right here so it catches balls that drop out of this chute and that drop out of this chute right here. Now we'll add some balls to the play tray up front. Now we're ready to play Pachinko. So to play, you just take your index finger, put it up against this chrome post here, also known as your finger rest bar. Then take your thumb, place it on top of this curved chrome flipper. You'll pull all the way down with your thumb, and then slide your thumb off the flipper, and a spring will pull it back up. And when it pulls it up, it will launch a ball out this track up and onto the playfield, and it'll fall through the machine. The very first time you load the machine, nothing will happen because it's, well, one won't shoot because what it's doing is it's loading one into the shooter lane. So nothing happened there. Let me zoom out so you can see the next shot. Okay, now we'll pull down. The ball went up, went all the way around, hit what's called a foul line swing. I'll talk about that in a minute. It fell down past the spinners, went into this tulip. As it entered the tulip, since the tulip was open, it closed. Then it went back behind the machine, activated the lever that caused the jackpot to pay out. So you got a payout Nice little thunderstorm here. Got a payout of balls. You saw the light flash, and as the balls paid out, they dropped down and they hit the bell, and we heard the bell ring. So if you pull the lever all the way down, it'll come across and it'll hit this swing here. And sometimes when it hits the swing, it'll enter what's called the foul lane, and the ball will go straight down and come back to your play tray. The reason the pachinko parlors did that is this is supposed to be a game of skill. Instead of just beating the flipper down all the way, they want you to pull it down partially, so that instead of just entering the foul lane, you can use skill and aim for the various pockets. I'll play for a little bit. Okay, we got several jackpots. We actually got one to, as his thoughts moved this way, a ball dropped into it. And as it did, it not only did you jackpot for that, but since this tulip was closed, it opened up. Now let me show you how to empty the balls out of the play tray. So if you want a lot of jackpots and you need to get the balls out of here, you just push this lever over to the left, and when you do, the balls will flow from here down into here. Sometimes you have to take your finger and loosen the balls. Sometimes you might actually have to pull down on the flipper, loosen the balls, and push the lever all at the same time. And you do that, for example, say when you need to refill the back of the machine. If you don't have enough balls and the top supply tray is empty, the palm tree light will come on and stay on, telling you that you need to do that. So we'll just push this over. And the balls come here. Another thing that will happen is if you're playing and you get a whole bunch of jackpots, if this is so full, then the jackpots can't go here, they'll actually fall down into this tray. That's the palm tree light on the left that comes on when you're out of balls. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and drop balls in and show you what happens at the different spots. But to do that, I have to open the door, this chrome playfield door. These machines don't have keys. The casinos in Japan, obviously when they ship the machines to the United States, they didn't include the keys. But you don't need it because you can just reach around back and open it up. So I'm going to turn the machine around and watch the extension cord. Right here, so if you come across the seesaw, right back here there is a lever, and what we're going to do is we're going to push down on that lever, and when we do, the door will pop open. And then we can swing it open to gain access to the machine if you got a jam in there or anything else. Also, whenever you want to close it, I'll go ahead and show that real quick. As you're closing it, you're going to want to pull down on that lever just a little bit to make it easy for it to close. If you just try and force it, it doesn't work as well. Okay, let me set it up. So here we can see the pirate rowing. You see a little bit closer shot of that. So if you get a ball to drop through the top here, it will pivot off of this part and either go left or right. Let's just say it goes left. It went through and opened up this bottom tulip. We got to pay out. It goes right. And as this cloud is moving, it has a pocket on either side. There's a pocket here and a pocket here. So if you get a ball to drop down when it's over on that side, then you saw it open both of these tulips up. We'll drop one on the other side. So in addition to the light coming on in the top left of the machine, tell you to refill the machine with balls in the back, there is this red, white, and blue sign in this window, the N. It will drop down whenever you need to add balls as well. So as I add balls to the machine, it lifts the sign out of the way. Now with the playfield door open, I want to go ahead and show you how to open this play tray door. So you get carpet fuzz, oversized marbles, or something in here, and you need to clean it out. The way you do it is you're going to push down on the lever here, and when you push down on that lever, then you can grab the door and swing it open. And the entire door swings open, so if you got something here in the shooter lane, you can get it out. There's a ball in there right now. I'll go ahead and take it out. You want to make sure all the balls are out of here if you're going to lay down the machine for transportation or storage, or anytime you're going to put your machine away for a long period of time. You want to get all the balls out. So you got one there. There's some in the shooter assembly, which is on the back of the play tray door. It's right over here. Let me zoom in and show you that. So as you can see, there's some balls in here waiting to be shot. To get them out, you could just pull down on this little white lever here, and it'll kick a ball out of this hole here. Now what would normally happen as you're playing is you pull down on the flipper to shoot. As you pull down the flipper, a plastic lever is actually pulling down this lever, putting a ball into the shooter lane. So that's one way to get it out. If you got carpet fuzz or other stuff inside of here, you can also pinch these two tabs and swing this open a little bit to get inside of here and clean anything out of the part. It does swing all the way. This was actually a modified shooter assembly. It wasn't made for this door, so it's really a tight squeeze here, so you're not going to want to force it open. If you can, just open it a little bit and clean it as is. But if you do have to swing it open all the way, and you really shouldn't for home use, you just want to be careful when you do that. Now to close it, we'll just push it closed, and then as we close the door, we'll want to do the same thing. We want to push down a little bit on this lock as we engage it, and then let go. We'll go ahead and unplug the transformer if you hadn't already unplugged it. And we'll also unplug the battery. If that light comes on and it stays on, it'll drain these 9-volt batteries. So I always unplug it when I'm not using it. I mean, you don't have to, but let me see. Okay, so now we emptied all the balls out of the front of the machine. We want to get the balls out of the back of the machine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to activate this ball drain lever. And any balls in the machine up to the point of here, so up in the tray, this track up to here, they'll drain straight out. So make sure you have your bucket below. And we'll go ahead and lock this. I always like to lock it right after I drain it. That way I know it's locked. Now you still have balls in this lower track. Let me show you how to get those out. Okay. These two levers here, right now they're in the right position because you have balls on top of the levers, but as soon as one jackpot gets paid out, those levers will flip down and it'll lock this assembly. Let me go ahead and activate one. I'm going to push back on this triangle down here, and then there's a clear knob on this arm. I'll pivot it down, and I'll do it again. Okay, so I paid out two. Now these two levers drop down. Now when they drop down like that, if I try and do this again, it sticks because these levers are blocking that from moving. So what you have to do to get the rest of these balls out is you have to pull back on those two levers and continue to push the triangle and pull down the lever. And then just tap the machine, make sure you got all the balls out. Okay, we got all those out. Now the ones that we just paid out, they actually went to the front play tray, so you got to go back to the play tray and get the balls out there. Okay, that concludes this quick start guide. We sure hope you enjoy your machine.